Welcome back to Breakfast Central, News Central. We are indeed still bringing to you the latest stories from top stories from across the continent of Africa. It's now time to take a look at what's happening in sports. It was a sad one for Algerian player who definitely plies his trade in England with Manchester City. We're talking about Riyad Mahrez. He was one of those who definitely was looking forward to play in the UEFA Champions League final. Unfortunately, he will not be playing in that final. Reason? Manchester City suffered one of the most remarkable Champions League defeat in a long time. That collapse definitely saw Real Madrid come back from the Abbeys, as one sports article put it, to set up a final showdown with Liverpool. City were 2 goals ahead on aggregate going into the 90th minute after Riyad Mahrez's strike had added to their 4-3 first leg win. That was last week. But then again, that young man, that Brazilian known as Rodrigo, actually came in as a substitute and turned home Karim Benzema's left wing ball from close range in the final minute with Real's very first shot on target. And 90 seconds later, he leveled the tie with a header into the top corner after Marco Asensio's flicked on Danny Carvajal's cross. Now, that sent an already rowdy Bernabeu into absolute euphoria. Well, City, who thought they were going through to a second consecutive All-English Champions League final, were shell-shocked. It was indeed a shocker for Pep Guardiola, who could not believe what he was seeing. But guess what? We do have joining us this morning football analyst Jeff Okoroji. Thank you for being here on Breakfast Central. My big question to you is, what happened to Manchester City yesterday night?
Well, I think they're just unfortunate. I mean, this was a side who made it to the final just last season when they lost to Chelsea. And of course, this is the one trophy that has eluded Pep Guardiola. He's really fought to actually win this trophy for the citizens. Don't forget, he's won the Premier League, he's won the FA Cup. And a whole lot of people are going back to the statement of Yaya Touré's agent talking about Selok, who said that Pep Guardiola will not win the Champions League with Man City due to the fact that he disrespected African players. And we saw that pan out yesterday. I mean, how could you explain that Man City were the better side for
Jeff, I'm sorry I have to cut you in here. You said this is because an other African said he will never win. Was it because he dealt?
I mean, that was what Yaya Touré's agent said, due to the fact that he actually disrespected Yaya Touré, and he was not happy with the way Yaya Touré was treated. Don't forget, Yaya Touré was a Man City player, and so the agent of Yaya Touré actually said that Pep Guardiola will never win the Champions League. He placed a curse, and a whole lot of people are thinking that actually might be the reason why we saw them so close but so far away. I mean, 90 minutes, you thought that Riyad Mahrez goal, another African doing great things for Man City in the Champions League would have put them through, but Rodrigo with 2 late goals, and of course, 90 minutes, 92 minutes, and Man City were just not able to fathom it. And then penalty in extra time from Karim Benzema. We've seen that again. I mean, this knockout phase of the Champions League season, especially this one, has really shown that Real Madrid can rise from the ashes. They did it against PSG when they were trailing the first leg, did it against Chelsea, and now they've done it again against Man City to record a repeat of the 2018 final with Liverpool. So, I mean, that's football heritage for you. That's one thing Jose Mourinho talked about. Real Madrid never know when they are beaten. They just rise from the ashes, and it was typical last night how they came from behind to edge out Man City and book a place in the final.
I can only imagine that. Quickly, Jeff, we do have another sporting story to go to as Udoka Njoku is set to join us. But let me just ask you very quickly. We're about to see Liverpool take on Real Madrid, a repeat of one of the biggest Champions League finals, although this time there will be no more drama. What do you think, or who do you think will pick it up this time?
It's quite hard. It's quite hard to actually place it. But again, I'll be tilting towards Liverpool because you look at the fact that they might not have really had good opposition on their way to the final. They met Inter Milan, then Benfica, then Villarreal. And with the way that they play, talking about Liverpool, you can almost just want to give it to them. I mean, over 2 legs, Real Madrid survived because there were fixtures over 2 legs against PSG, Chelsea, and of course Man City. But this is just going to be a final in Paris, and you're just wanting to put your money on Liverpool. The fact that even before this game between Man City and of course Real Madrid, Mo Salah had actually said he wanted Real Madrid. Don't forget, he was injured in that final in 2018 when Sergio Ramos actually drew his ham and he could not continue due to that injury. So he had prayed for Real Madrid, to actually qualify for the final, and you could say his prayer was answered. But Real Madrid again, with Vinicius Jr., Karim Benzema, their main man, 43 goals in 43 matches. A whole lot of people are tipping him to win the Ballon d'Or, and why not? He's been phenomenal. Don Carlo Ancelotti has now made it to his 5th Champions League final, surpassing all other managers, the likes of Alex Ferguson, and Marcelo Lippi, who have recorded 4. So this makes for a very, very interesting final. But I want to give it to Liverpool. But again, 13 times winners of the Champions League, Real Madrid, you just don't want to knock them out that easily.
All right. Thank you so much, Jefta Koroji, for joining us. Jefta is indeed a sports analyst and, of course, a commentator, by the way, with Nigeria Info radio station here in Lagos, Nigeria. Well, let's move away from that. Let's go straight to another story, this time from the NBA. Udoka Njoku joins me this morning. Good morning to you, Udoka, and welcome to Breakfast Central. NBA, hotting up. I mean, let me leave that to you right now.
All right. Thank you very much, Joe. Good morning to you. And, of course, good morning to the whole of Africa and the world. Talking about the game that went down yesterday, Liverpool and Real Madrid and Manchester City. I actually called that game and said Real Madrid was going to go to the finals. And in the Champions League finals, I tipped Real Madrid to win that one over Liverpool. But I know you're going to start your argument this morning.
Yeah, right. Whatever. Go ahead.
All right, let's switch to the world of basketball. Talking about the NBA playoffs now. It was much more nightmare for the Philadelphia 76ers as they lost yet again the game 2 against the Miami Heat without their Cameroonian center. Talking about Joel Embiid, and it was a sad loss for Joel because he got injured in one of the games against the Toronto Raptors, and he just might not get to play in the playoffs against the Miami Heat. But let's see what the doctors have to say. And of course, I have my guest joining me all the way from the United States of America, an NBA journalist, talking about Ayo Tunde Onobulu. Good to have you with us, Ayo.
Thank you very much, Udoka. It's such a delight to be with you on the show this morning.
Sure. Thank you very much for joining. And let's talk about the NBA and look at what's happening with Joel Embiid, still injured, and it looks like the Philadelphia 76ers cannot survive without the Cameroonian center.
I mean, it's very clear they cannot survive. They need Joel Embiid if they're going to make any meaningful impression against the very deep Miami Heat squad. And, it's crazy because the injury should never have been in the first place. They were leading by, 29 points with barely 3 minutes to go in the game. That's garbage time. That's where you take your stars off the court and you let the bench players get some feel off the game because nothing was going to happen. Toronto was never going to come back to win that game. And that head collision, that elbow to the face happened and the fracture happened. And today, Joel Embiid said, or yesterday rather, he was able to speak to some guys and he was like, he cannot look into light. In fact, he just picked up his phone for the first time since that accident because anytime he tries to look into light, look towards light, it hurts him, stings him in the face a lot. Now, we know he's going to have a face mask when he comes back. The question is, when exactly is he going to come back? Will he be fit enough for Game 3 coming up this weekend, or would it be Game 4? And the truth is, if the Philadelphia 76ers go down 3-0, history is going to fight against them because no team in NBA history has come back from a 3-0 deficit to win a playoff series at all. And James Harden, unfortunately, his best days are right behind him. And it will be difficult for the 76ers to get anything against the Heat without Joel Embiid's presence.
True, quite a tough one for Joel Embiid, the Cameroonian basketball player right there. And for the 76ers, if they don't get to win Game 3, it just might spell a doom for the rest of the NBA playoff season for them. Now, let's talk about the Phoenix Suns, who have been tagged as the best team in the NBA. Do you agree with this analogy of them being the best team and all the way they can actually go to the finals and get to win the championship?
I mean, without question, Phoenix Suns are the best team in the NBA right now. I mean, apart from the fact that they had the best record in the regular season and one of the all-time, gaps between the first team and the second team. They started these playoffs Devin Booker, their star player, got injured. He pulled his hamstring, and Chris Paul was able to carry the team past the very resilient New Orleans Pelicans. Now we're getting to see them against a very, very tough and disciplined Dallas Mavericks side led by Luka Doncic. Game 1 obviously went to the Phoenix Suns, but Game 2 last night was really explosive because after 2 quarters, it looked like the Dallas Mavericks had the number of the Phoenix Suns, and it looked like they were going to steal one victory on the road. But come at the hour, come at the man. It was Chris Paul and Devin Booker who struggled shooting the basketball in the first half. They rose up to the occasion and they did the job and absolutely blew out the Mavericks. And so they take a 2-0 lead to Dallas for Game 3. The Phoenix Suns, they are so strong. They have one of the best point guards in the history of the game. They have one of the best players in the game today. They have one of the most dominant big men today. They have one of the best perimeter defenders in the game today. So it's a well-oiled machine. Their head coach, Monty Williams, is a student of the game, learns the game under Greg Popovich, and that's why he's enjoying a lot of success, just like Ime Udoka is enjoying success with the Boston Celtics. They are students of the Greg Popovich basketball scheme, and it's working so well for them. And it's difficult to see, to be able to identify one team right now in the Western Conference that can beat the Phoenix Suns in 7 games. And then you look to the other side of the divide, you ask yourself, do the Eastern Conference teams even have what it takes to stop the Phoenix Suns? It's going to be really tough. I feel like this year, it's their title to lose.
So you're already tipping Phoenix Suns to get to the finals of the NBA playoffs. So which of the other teams will get to meet the Phoenix Suns if they do get to the finals of the NBA?
I am looking at, okay, let me put it this way. I believe the winner of the Boston Celtics Milwaukee Bucks series will be playing in the finals with the Phoenix Suns.
All right, we'll see how that turns out for Giannis Antetokounmpo, for the Milwaukee Bucks, or Ime Udoka, who is the coach of the Boston Celtics. Thank you very much, Ayo, for joining me this morning.
Thank you very much for having me, bro. Thank you.
All right, we look forward to more sports updates, and of course, we have In the Game coming up shortly by 10:30. You get to enjoy the very best of sports right there. And Joe, once again, thank you very much, and Hala Madrid.
Oh my goodness. Hala Madrid indeed. Whatever, Udoka. But I mean, anybody who knows me knows I love Real Madrid when it goes to Spain. I always pick Real Madrid. When I'm chance to play my PS4, that's FIFA, I always pick Real Madrid. I mean, I'm a Real Madrid fan somewhere in me. I mean, if you know, I know, like you know, I love Cristiano Ronaldo wherever he goes, except for Manchester United, though. I'm not a fan, though. But
it's all good. That's a shit to the United fans. If you know.
I'm just playing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Concerning sports. Thank you.
Thank you very much.